Hello team, we're about to dive into our new interdisciplinary unit on habitat preservation. Today's lesson will give you a snapshot of some of the coastal habitats located in Fiji. This information will give you a head start on your investigation into one specific coastal habitat. It will give you a foundation to develop your understanding of how your chosen habitat works with its interconnecting layers, which you will represent in a cross sectional model in integrated sciences. And going a little deeper, you'll discuss the human impact, both positives and negatives, on your coastal system and represent this through an infomercial you will create in individuals and societies. And finally, you'll advocate a message for protecting your habitat through print advertisements and infographics in language and literature. You're expected to write your own notes in your exercise book as you watch the video. This is an opportunity for you to make your own judgments as to what's important to know and understand. You do not need to do this by copying everything down. Read the text, observe the images, listen to what is being said, pause the video, and write down what you remember or your own interpretation of what you have viewed. You can always come back to the video later if you are unclear about something. Make your learning environment work for you. So, by the end of this lesson, you should be able to identify by explaining what an ecosystem is and give examples of different marine ecosystems found in Fiji. Discuss to share your thoughts and feelings about ecosystems, including what you think is important for keeping ecosystems healthy and why. Okay, so this is my first video, so ignore all the mistakes. Let's dive in. So let's look first at what a coastal ecosystem is. And as you can read from the text here, an ecosystem is a vibrant environment found where the land meets the sea in warm regions. Okay. What? Wait. Okay, I've lost my mouse. Wait. It is teeming with life and it is interconnected to other or a variety of ecosystems within the coastal region. In Fiji, we find a variety of coastal habitats, each with its unique characteristics. It's important to note that when we're looking at, for example, the open ocean, which of course surrounds Fiji, that there are different life zones based on the depth and how much sunlight penetrates the water. As you can see in this image, you have the sunlight depth, okay, the sunlight zone, the twilight zone, and the midnight zone. Just for added value in terms of what you're in adding to your understanding of ecosystems and the different zones and how they impact on those ecosystems. For example, in the lighted zone, which is the sunlight zone, this is full of plankton that make up the foundation of the food chain for the different ecosystems. Below 200 meters in the dark zone, animals living in the dark zone feed on material that floats down from the lighted zone. So here's an example of what the different zones look like and the different organisms that live within each of those zones. See if you can identify each of the zones by looking at this image here. You can pause the video and write down your thoughts. Oops, my mouse again. For different parts of this video, we will have what's called a learning check, where we'll have questions here that you can note down your answers to in your notebooks. So for example, for the section that you just viewed, these two questions are your learning checks. What does salinity mean? And what are two ocean zones? What is the difference between these two zones? So what you can do now is pause the video and write your answers to these questions in your notebook. What will happen is we will come back to looking at these questions as part of your mastery check further down in your learning journey of this particular lesson. Pardon me. Now let's dive into the mesmerizing world of coral reefs. These underwater marvels are not only breathtakingly beautiful, but are also crucial for Fiji's marine diversity. There are different types of coral reefs. We have fringing reefs that are formed along a coastline, barrier reefs, which grow parallel to shorelines, and coral atolls, which are basically built upon dormant volcanoes. In Fiji, they have all three different reefs growing in different areas around Fiji. As you know, there's over 300 islands in Fiji, and most of those islands will have a surrounding reef of some sort. These underwater these underwater marvels are very important to Pacific Island nations such as Fiji, and it's important that we look at how we can protect them because quite often they are under threat by varying human activities. Here you have your learning check. How are coral reefs formed? What types of things cause damage to coral reefs? And list 3 types of coral reefs. Pause the video and complete your learning check in your notebook. Okay, moving into